Hi. So you all read the title. In this video I will be shooting an ISO 1 film. So this is more of a challenge to see what results I can get of an ISO 1 roll of film. Probably gonna head out during the day and take a few photos with this just to see what it looks like. I'm really curious to see if I can even shoot this handheld during broad daylight. I mean, I do live in a sunshine state, but ISO 1 film, I don't know about this. Now, I got this roll of film from ultrafineonline.com. Not sponsored, it's just a website where you could buy weird rolls of films just like this. But yeah, without any further ado, let's go shoot this godforsaken thing. Now, you can't really tell through the camera, but this film emulsion is blue. It's literally the color of Thanos. Yeah, I don't know who invented this, but you clearly have issues here. Now, this roll of film also has a layer of ramjet on it, which is, just pause the video. I want to mention that I have no idea what this film is going to look like. All I know, it's ECN2 process, Kodak 5244, whatever that means, and that it's ISO 1. Yes, I had to write it down because, yeah, it doesn't tell you. I literally had to go back to the website and look it up. But enough talking, here's an unnecessary montage of me loading this film into this camera. Alright, so before I show you the next clip here, I do need to tell you guys that my original intention for this video was to shoot this film at night. That failed. Long exposures at night with ISO 1 film, hopefully for obvious reasons. I mean, you'll find out exactly why later on. And I wanted to tell you that because this next clip will be me doing long exposures at night. Attempted to do long exposures, which clearly did not work out, which is why I am wearing this shirt. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna stop talking now. Enjoy this next clip of me attempting to do long exposures at night with ISO 1 film. What is wrong with me? Alright, so you guys can't really see me at all because it is completely dark. But I'm out here on the top of a parking garage, rooftop, a 5-story parking garage. And as you can see, this is my view. I think I'm gonna take a picture of that little highway over there because there's cars driving by and stuff. And there's actually a storm over there. I don't know if you saw that lightning rod, but this is going to be my composition. I'm excited for it. The car is driving by, the storm happening right on top of it. All right, let's do this. Let's meter it. So at ISO 1 at f8, we are looking at a 38-minute exposure time, which is insane. If we go to f11, it's an hour and 13 minutes. I wonder what f22 is. Oh my god, 4 hours and 55 hours basically. Yeah, we're not doing f22, so we're gonna start with f8 at 38 minutes. Now I do plan on taking a photo wide open, so I'm gonna see what that looks like. Wide open at 51.4, it's 1 minute and 11 seconds at ISO 1, which is insane, but yeah, let's do this. All right, so I'm using my phone as a flashlight. So I know I said I was going to do f8 for 38 minutes, but I realized that's insane. So I'm going to do 5.6 at 18.5 minutes, but I'm going to do 19 minutes just to compensate for reciprocity. I don't know the reciprocity for this film. I couldn't find any information on it, so I'm just going to guess. My light meter did say 18.5 minutes, something like that. So I'm going to do 19 just because why not? Okay, so I just finished the 19-minute exposure. Moving to a different part of this little rooftop. I mean, you can't see anything, but moving over there. This is my next composition here. I'm hoping to get some of the cars that drive by here, maybe this parking sign, but the main focus is going to be this hotel. So yeah, I'm gonna whip out the 24mm, see what I can get. Now, before I do that, let's see what we're looking at here. So it's a lot more bright out here. So we're looking at 5 minutes at f8. Let's do 11 minutes f11 at 11 minutes. Let's make it 12 minutes. So f11 at 12 minutes. Let's do this. So it turns out that the 24mm was a little bit too wide to leave on the tripod here. So I kind of took it off the tripod and I'm leaning my camera right over the edge. Yeah, it's like right over the edge. I don't feel good about this, but whatever. So we're here for 11 more minutes So let's see how this turns out. So as you saw, my exposure times for this film at night was stupidly, obnoxiously long. Unfortunately, that did not deter me at all. I actually drove all the way out to the middle of nowhere where there was little light around, and my exposure times was even longer than that. The decisions I make, sometimes I just don't understand, but here's a clip of that. So currently doing some long exposures right now in the middle of nowhere. As you can see, it is pitch black out here, and I'm shooting ISO 1, so this is exciting. So this is my only light source right now. I forgot to bring a light meter, a proper light meter. I don't own a proper light meter, but I do have an app on a certain phone that works really well. I didn't bring that phone, so I'm currently without a light meter. I'm just guessing my times for ISO 1. Hopefully this works out for the best. If not, I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes for no reason at all. Oh, the light just went out. All right, back to it. So my camera died, my Canon A1, and I had to bring a separate battery because I don't expect film cameras to die on me. I don't think a film camera has ever died on me ever, but it just died on me, and I'm all the way out here getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, and the camera dies.
I'm dead inside.
Yes, I think we're all dead inside, so we're gonna wrap this up and go home, and I'm gonna smash this camera to pieces. Really hate this camera. It died on me. Killed the whole battery. Like, this thing does not last. I don't know if it's my camera that sucks or just this camera line that just, it's not made for long exposures. All right, I'm going home. Now, once I came to the realization that long exposures with this film was basically impossible, I decided to give it a few tests during daylight to see what this film looks like. I knew it was gonna be blue, but I wanted to test it out. So like any normal person, I went outside during daylight where it was 98 degrees Fahrenheit. It was super hot, and I gave it a go. Aside from seeing what this film looks like during broad daylight, I did want to see what my light meter read at ISO 1. So here's another clip of me being stupid. Alright, so as you can see, it is currently daytime. I know this is a nighttime long exposure video, but I really want to see what this film looks like in daytime, and I also want to see what I'm metering right now in daytime. So I think I'm gonna shoot this at 1.4 at 1/25th of a second, which is overexposing a little bit right now, but again, I want to see what I get, so let's just do 1.4 1/25th of a second. It's good to know that I can shoot handheld during daylight. Again, this is a 1.4 lens. Had I had a 2.8, I think it said 40th of a second, which isn't handheld at all. So yeah, let's see what this looks like. All right, so it is currently 8 o'clock and the sun is starting to set. I'm setting the camera to f/22 at ISO 0.8. I'm setting to 0.8 because I do have a polarizer on the lens, so I'm trying to compensate for it. Now, I eventually did throw on this filter to do some more daylight tests. This is a 85B orange filter, which is meant to correct the blue tones of film. So right now I have it at f/22 at 4 seconds. I do have to compensate for the -1 orange filter that I have on here, and it is ISO 1. So yeah, 4 seconds at f/22. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that was it. So as you saw there from my last photo, I did have this orange filter on, but the picture still came out blue for whatever reason. Not sure what happened. Maybe I let too much light in, so the blue kind of stuck past the orange filter. Don't know what to tell you. Don't know what happened. So, do I recommend this film? No, I don't. Yeah, if you see this film out on the market, do not buy it. Kodak 5244 ISO 1 film. Yeah, just avoid it at all costs. during the making of this video, I realized that I kind of enjoy taking long exposures, so that's something that I do want to explore more. Now, I do not want to leave you guys with these blue crappy photos. While I was out shooting this blue film, I did thankfully bring my digital camera with me, which I also shot some long exposures on, which worked out way better in my opinion, so here's some of that. And while we're on the topic of long exposures, I did recently get the new iPhone 11. I guess it's not really that new anymore, but it's new to me. This phone actually has a long exposure feature on it, which I was very skeptical about it at first, but then I took these. If you would have told me that this would get way better photos than this at night doing long exposures, I probably would have laughed at you. But who would have thought? This camera failed, this camera didn't. Oh man, I'm pissing a lot of people off right now. I would not use this for long exposures probably ever again. Any camera that runs on a battery, such as this one, no. I mean, maybe my camera in particular is faulty, or maybe the batteries that I use are faulty, I don't know. But this camera really is unreliable because once the battery dies, this is essentially a brick. I mean, yes, get good batteries and don't take the battery out. I get it, I know, but I mean, come on, for a film camera that relies on the battery. Most film cameras that I have do not rely on the battery. This one does. So that's my big issue with this camera. But at the very same time, why would you ever shoot ISO 1 film? I don't know. So maybe in the end, I really can't blame this camera. I can only blame myself. I mean, let's face it, I'm a pretty terrible photographer as it is. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm also new to long exposures. Go out there and take some long exposures. Wear bug spray and do not shoot ISO 1 film. Look out for more videos. If you somewhat enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It really helps me a lot. With all that being said, till next time.